So with Rafa Nadal retiring this week at the Davis Cup, some of the closest people in his camp over his career have come out and criticized the retirement party. Let's go have a look at what they had to say. This is what David Ferrer had to say, who's actually the captain and coach of the Davis Cup. He said the farewell to someone as important as Rafa was a bit weak. There were very important people missing from his tennis career and people who have been important, both at the level of the rivals and also in the team. There was little mention of his team, who spent so many years with his tennis career, and I miss those people also having their role, but things are as they are. You have to accept them, and there is little more to say. Rafa will receive certain tributes in big tournaments, as I imagine will be the case at Roland Garros, and he will have the farewell he deserves. Rafa's greatness deserves something more. The farewell was done with the best of intentions. It was after losing and in a hurry. When you lose, you're sad. I missed Ferrer, Djokovic, Gasol, who's a close friend of his. He was going to be there on Friday. I shouldn't have spoken, and look, he's a close friend of mine. Other people should have spoken. That's what Toni Nadal had to say about the retirement as well. It was emotional, obviously, with the support of the public, but I particularly like that there are images. I would have liked to see images of Rafa's matches at the Davis Cup in Seville, in Madrid, at Roland Garros, Wimbledon. I think it creates more emotion. I don't want to criticize anyone. I would have liked a slightly different event. I appreciate the good intentions, but I would have liked something else. And this is what Carlos Moya, his current coach, had to say about the farewell. The feeling that we all have is that the farewell was sloppy and shabby. It's true that it was a Tuesday night, but they had months in advance, and it was known that if Spain lost, Rafa would retire. Nadal is very little above all this. So there you have it, some really important people in Rafa's life. Of course, Uncle Toni, Carlos Moya, David Ferrer. Not impressed with the ceremony. Let me know down in the comments below, though. What did you think of the retirement ceremony? Of course, I guess they weren't expecting to lose to the Netherlands in the first match. They were hoping that Rafa would make the final and maybe play Italy. And we had that dream match with Sinner and Alcaraz, and then Rafa could be there as well, and maybe the fairy tale finish, but it was not to be. But, I mean, it did feel a little anticlimactic, and it did feel like it wasn't a farewell, and it was maybe not expected to happen because, like I said, it was an upset that the Netherlands beat Spain on day one, and being on a Tuesday, you know, there was no Djokovic, there was no Federer, no players were there besides the Spanish players on the sideline that were there because they were either playing or coaching the tournament or coaching the players in the tournament, and no Uncle Toni either. I mean, he wasn't there, which was strange, but there it is. That's what some of the players closest to Rafa had to say about the retirement of Rafa and the farewell in Spain.